What's going on, guys? Moon 3PO here, and in today's video we're going to be going over the top 5 hitters that you can find in the newly released 2024 Bowman Draft. Now, these were the top 5 hitters in chronological order in which the way that they're picked. These are necessarily not my personal top 5 players that I'm looking out for, but these are some of the bigger names here that you can expect in this year's set. If you guys want a video, kind of going over my personal top 5, please feel free to leave a like and comment down below, because that will help me, show that you guys want that video. And also hit the subscribe button, because that's also a free way here to help support the channel. I also want to preface here as well that I will not be going over this set into fuller detail. If you guys want a breakdown of the set, what you can expect, prices with hobby and jumbos, you can check out my podcast link down below, and card will be around here somewhere. So if you are looking for that, you can check out my broadcast cardboard dugout. But all that being said, let's start covering these hitters. First hitter that we're going to cover is going to be cover player Travis Bazzana from the Cleveland Guardians. Now, he was the first overall pick, and he is a 22-year-old second baseman. According to Baseball America, he is ranked 18th overall in all of baseball, and obviously is the first in the Cleveland Guardians system. This set is very college heavy, so you are going to see a lot of college numbers in this set, and the 5 players that we're going to be covering here are going to have a lot of college-based numbers. So at Oregon State, Bazzana hit .407 with 28 home runs, 66 RBIs, 16 stolen bases with a 12.5 strikeout percentage, and a 25.8 walk percentage. It's good to look at these because it's going to be curious to see how these guys progress as they go through the minors, see if they are, they do a little bit better, or if they get a little bit worse, because obviously the competition is a little bit better as they go through the minors. So in A-ball, this is what Travis Bazzana did. He had 3 home runs and drove in 12, hit .238 with a 13.9 walk percentage, which is a little bit higher than what we saw in college, and a 25.4 K percent, which is pretty similar. So it's good already that we're seeing the walk percentage slowly increase as going through the minors. Obviously, the average is a little bit low, but I'm not too worried about the average right now. He did have an OPS 765, ISO 158. I always like to preface in my past videos that when you're looking at power and want to evaluate power, it's always good to look for an ISO over 200. So 158, so almost there. Had a BABIP of 313, WOBA 365, and a WRC plus of 126. So if you look at these numbers, he is pretty advanced, and based off standard metrics of standard metrics. So the WRC plus, you want to look at 100. So you can see here he's above league average there. So I wouldn't really worry too much about the batting average here. Only played 27 games, so obviously that is a small sample size. Did not play in the Arizona Fall League, so we don't have any recent numbers to go based off of. But of course, Bazzana, the first overall pick, he's going to be the name highlighting this product, is obviously going to be the big chase here in this set. Second player we're going to cover here is going to be Nick Kurtz. Now, if I know I said I wasn't going to give my personal opinion or not my personal favorite, but I would honestly put Nick Kurtz above Travis Bazzana in my personal opinion. I'm a big Nick Kurtz guy, so he's going to be the guy that I personally am going to be chasing for, both in breaks and or in singles. He was the first round draft pick, 4th overall by the Oakland Athletics. Then they're no longer Oakland. I think they're now just considered the Athletics or the A's or something like that. He is 21 years old, and he is a first baseman. He is 55th ranked prospect according to Baseball America, and is ranked 2nd in the A's system. He is coming out of Wake Forest. In Wake Forest in 2024, he hit .306 with 22 home runs, 57 RBIs, an OPS of 1.294 with a 30% walk percent and a 16.1 strikeout. That 30% walk percent is absolutely insane. At the time of this, when I was making this slideshow, he had 13 games in the Arizona Fall League. Kurtz was hitting .353 with 2 home runs and 11 RBIs with the OPS over at 1.058. And you can see here what he did at A-ball and at AA. So at A-ball, only played 7 games, but had 4 home runs, drove in 12, walked 10 times, only struck out 7. I had batting average of 400, 28.6 walk percentage, and a 20 dead even K percentage. On base percentage of 571. Slugging percent at 960. OPS again over 1,000. The ISO, like I mentioned here, way over 200. Granted, it's only 7 games, but the ISO was way over there. BABIP sitting over 400, WOBA 640, WRC plus of 273, and down there in AA as well. Didn't have no home runs, only played 5 games, hit .308, so that's why you're going to see a little bit of the ISO and the OPS be a little bit lower, but obviously when you don't hit home runs, you're not going to see those numbers increase. Obviously, though, you can see there that he can translate well with the power, because now he's facing major league talent. The Arizona Fall League, as far as pitching-wise, wasn't great this year, but the fact that he's hitting it, that is a good sign. You definitely want to see that with these players. So, again, Nick Kurtz is one of my favorite guys to watch in this set. It's definitely going to be one of the bigger chases as well. Now, I think from a promoting standpoint, Jack Caglione is going to be the bigger chase out of all these players that we talk about today. He is the first, obviously another first-round draft pick, was 6th overall pick by the Kansas City Royals. And the reason why I say that he's going to be the bigger chase and probably the bigger name to come out of this set is because he is considered a two-way, and he does pitch and play first base. He's ranked 48th according to Baseball America and All of Baseball, and is first in the Kansas City Royals farm system. In 2024 at Florida, Caglione hit 35 home runs, 72 RBIs, OPS over 1,000 with an 8% strikeout rate and a 16% walk rate. As a pitcher, he went 5-2 with a 4.76 ERA, 10 Ks per 9, and 6 walks per 9. Now, if I'm being completely honest, I don't know what the plans are for the Royals. They have said, as far as of right now, they do plan on keeping him as a pitcher and a hitter. They are going to let him try it. So I think that alone is going to be the reason why he is the bigger chase. But obviously, as a pitcher, these are not great numbers. What's going to be something you want to keep an eye out for when he does go through the system is going to be his control. 6 walks per 9 is very high. So I would definitely keep an eye out for that. And currently what he did here in 21 games during the Arizona Fall League, he hit 236 with 5 home runs, 21 RBIs, and a 749 OPS. So nothing too crazy as far as of that. And you can see here what he did down in A-ball in 29 games. Had 2 home runs, 14 RBIs, 7 walks, 26 strikeouts. So that it is a little bit alarming here. Already seeing the strikeout percentage here increase already at 20.6 and not walking as much. So even though it is a little bit of a small sample size, this to me is a little alarming, but I think he can still have a bright future, obviously. OPS sitting at 690, ISO 147. So he was pretty below league average. So it's something you want to keep an eye out for. But again, the fact that he is a two-way, that's what's going to keep his stock up. And if he definitely enters this, the minor leagues this year as a pitcher, it's going to be, his stock I think is only going to increase despite his, not his so-so numbers. Another big name here that's on my personal list is going to be Christian Moore. Obviously another first-round draft pick, was 8th overall pick by the Los Angeles Angels. He is a 22-year-old second baseman. He's ranked 85th according to Baseball America and is the second in the Angels system. At Tennessee, Moore hit 34 home runs, 74 RBIs with OPS over 1,000, 14.5 strikeout percentage, and 11.2 walk percentage. Now, of course, like an Angel fashion, did jump up pretty high. And A-ball only had 2 games, and the Angels saw enough and promoted him down to Double-A. You can see here, up to Double-A, I should say. Had 1 home run, 6 drove in 6, had a 545 batting average. OPS, again, sitting at over 1,000, slugging over 1,000, BABIP, WOBA, WRC plus through the roof. So obviously the Angels saw enough and promoted him up to Double-A. And what he did there in Double-A in 23 games, got into the same performance here. 5 home runs, drove in 14, hit 322. Walk percentage, basically the same here, what he had a little bit there in college. A little bit lower, obviously 11 and now 8, and strikeout percentage sitting at 29.6. So that is a little bit alarming. Again, all these guys here are going to have small sample size, and he also did deal with a little bit of an injury as well. OPS sitting at 911, ISO 211, so that are pretty strong performances. WRC plus sitting at 169. So Christian Moore, even though he is from the Angels, and the Angels don't have a lot of the greatest farm system, I think this is the guy who you should definitely keep an eye out for, and I think like an Angels fashion could potentially make his way up to the majors, if not late this year, maybe potentially the following season. And last but not least, we got Connor Griffin from the Pittsburgh Pirates. He was the 9th overall pick. It is the youngest out of this list here, sitting at 18 years old, so he is a high school bat, and I think probably one of the better high school bats here in the whole draft, and probably in this whole set. He's ranked 74th prospect according to Baseball America and is a second in the Pirate system. At Mississippi Prep School, these prep schools do generate pretty well. Griffin hit 559 with 9 home runs, OPS over 1,000, 27.4 walk percentage, and an 8% strikeout percentage. Obviously, did not go through the minors here, did not play in the Arizona Fall League as well. So not a lot to go based off here. So again, that's why even on this list, if I'm looking at my top 10 list, he's pretty lower down there. Again, he is one of the better high school bats, but since there is not a lot of minor league, obviously no minor league numbers, no Arizona Fall League to go based off, we're just going based off what he did at Mississippi Prep. He would be considered one of the better high school bats, but again, not a lot of numbers to go based off here. So if you're looking for the Pirates, even if singles, his prices, I don't know what his prices will look like, or in breaks as well. I don't know if he's going to carry the break for the Pittsburgh Pirates, but it's going to be curious to see how his cards do in the secondary marketplace. But again, Connor Griffin coming in at number 5. So there you have it. Those were the top 5 hitters that you can expect in this year's Bowman Draft set. Obviously, there were some players that were skipped. Charlie Gondon, who was obviously the 3rd overall pick, was not in the set. Obviously, they're saving him for 2025 Bowman. So it's going to be curious to see what that does when that that set does come out. Now, again, if you guys do want to see a video of my personal picks, and again, these guys were not my personal picks. I went in the order that they were picked in the draft. So if you guys want my personal picks, sound off in the comments down below and leave a like on this video, and also subscribe to the channel, because that's also a way to help support, let me know that you guys want to see that video. And then again, if you guys actually want to see a breakdown of the set when it comes to prices, what to expect in breaks, inserts, checklists, everything of that nature, please feel free to check out my podcast. Link is going to be down below, called Cardboard Dugout. You guys have been killing the podcast, so I really do thank you guys for supporting all the content that we've been putting out here. I do thank you guys for listening and watching, and stay tuned for the next one.